Thanks to your new title. Hi, everybody. I just jumped into it. Thanks to your new title and all the responsibilities that came with it, you were dragged unwillingly into the world of politics and alliances. There were always plenty of ways for ambitious female children to marry into a higher rank than that which they were born. Far fewer were similar opportunities for men. As such, even starting as a young age of 14 when you inherited, you were constantly pursued by second and third sons, desperate to marry you and become an earl. Well, that's lower than a countess, I think. Wait, no. Earl is the English. I remember, I played Crusader Kings 2. Earl is the word, the Anglo-Saxon one for count, so no, that's kinda correct. Unfortunately, or fortunately as you might have viewed it, you began to gain quite a reputation. Bad luck and accidents seem to happen to any suitors who prove... Oh, I'm actually liking this. This game is cool. Did you arrange these accidents? Yes. It's not your fault they need a reminder that no means no. This is a fantasy game. I'm going to become the fucking overlord. How did you arrange these accidents? Okay, people, you know me. While I do on occasion plan things, usually my plans just come out of my ass. I don't plan shit out. I just see something and I do it. There were plenty of things that came with your new tile that wasn't just responsibilities and annoying gnat-like suitors. Heavy social demands, for instance. Despite being labeled helplessly eccentric, your title, lands, and money were enough to ensure you received lots of invitations, as well as hanger-ons eager for your approval. Some of these you couldn't refuse. How did you feel about these social demands? Got a party? When you weren't socializing, or avoiding it, with the stuffiest members of the local nobility, studying under the eagle eye of your tutors, or escaping to get up to no good whenever you could, you were doing your duty to your people as a governing lady. What was more important? Happiness or justice? I'm now getting into my head of becoming the female version of Vlad Tepes III, also known as Dracula, aka Vlad the Impaler. And you know what he did? Justice. For justice will lead to the prosperity and happiness of the people. At least that's how it works for him. And if I'm not allowed to impale people, I will pretend I have. As it is for the sake of your people that you agreed to become a member of the delegation. It was definitely not your idea to prance around, perfumed and prettied, like a ridiculous mare in front of potential buyers. When you were first approached by the crown, you turned them down flat. It didn't matter you, as was argued at you in length, that the typical noble girls of Welland were too quiet and well-behaved to suit the outlandish sensibilities of some heathen foreign nations. That they hoped your unique character might bring success in alliances where others had failed. 7 weeks of dancing, talking pretty, and generally not being able to hit annoying people over the head, lest you cause an international incident, sounded akin to torture. And you would have to be stupid to agree to torture willingly. Or a masochist. Or has that not been around yet? I don't know what the French in this world is. Maybe they haven't gone the fucking Slanesh train yet. But fate was not on your side. In the wake of several poor harvests, a freak ice storm ruined an entire... What the fuck? Your people might not make it through winter. It was then the crown offered a deal. You went to the summit as a member of the Welland delegation, and your people would be taken care of. So one boring sea voyage later without any sea monsters in sight. Well, it's more like an inland sea. I don't think they would be there, man. Later, you were stuck on Vale Island, trapped in a castle with nothing to look forward to but 7 weeks of trying to act and look pretty. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, I regret that. Maybe it wasn't too late to throw yourself off a high tower. The Barefoot Countess made a character with a Welland background. But enough of your reminiscing. You are here now, and it is your actions in the present, not the past, that are... Fuck that, I need my stats. Past actions are important. Most important is shaping your future. Sensing your renewed attention, your new maids... Okay, seriously, you are like drunk. You are soulless! Your eyes are soulless. You are homunculus and you... Stay away from me. Your new maid stepped forward, reminding you that you have to attend the welcome feast in less than an hour. Oh, they have work to do. Ria, the friendlier maid, is short, slightly plump, with a charming smile, and with bright red hair that makes her stand out from the pale, silver-eyed servants that you are mostly seen thus far. Okay, all those dudes are like Targaryens. This is Dragon Isle. It's a trick! Saria is tall and thin, with pretty dark hair cropped close to her head. Intelligent but wary, round dark eyes, and skin the color of walnut bark. She is soulless! Look! I like you better, plump one. Come with me. Rhea urges you to sit down while she pulls out a silver-handled hairbrush. And she gently starts to work on your... let's just go with sort. She smiles at you warmly and compliments you on your... Yeah. What's natural wave? Someone in the comments tell me that. I'll just go with silken locks. Such pretty hair, I don't think we'll have any problems finding a hairstyle that suits you. Rhea smiles at you through the mirror and she arranges your hair with quick, elegant fingers. This is fucking Princess Simulator. What the fuck? Syria brings the caul stick, which should highlight her eyes. They are such a pretty... Targaryen! And they contrast so well with her. Let's go with that, I guess. My character goes outside a lot. Once Rhea was satisfied with your hair and makeup, it was Saya's turn. Gave you a once-over, clearly noting your athletic. She nodded thoughtfully and then quickly sorted through your outfits you had brought with you. It quickly became apparent that your style leans towards functional. Most of your clothes she discarded. Hey! Towards the bottom of your trunk and nods. No, don't throw my stuff away. I need that. Is an elaborately embroidered silver and gold formal gown. It was designed for making an impression, so you see why Syria would have chosen it. If there was ever a night for good first impressions, it's this one. Jasper is banished temporarily from the room. You are laced and squeezed into the gown. Syria is something of a magician. As with a few tugs and adjustments, the dress is suddenly much more flattering to your athletic figure. Is she really a magician? I know the description said this was a fantasy world. I don't know. I imagine a level 5 wizard can actually make a lot of money being a tailor. Gotta get them levels first, though. But quite pretty if you do say so yourself. We're never going to see our fucking character, are we? Jasper knocks and readmits himself into your room impatiently, reminding you and your maids that dinner is starting soon. Rhea argues that if you give them more time, they can make you look even better. Jasper insists you look fine, and arriving on time or early is much more important. was my character's name again? Sora, right. Countess Sora neither arrives early nor late, but precisely when she means to. Jasper impatiently escorts you through the maze that make up the Vale Isle's castle hallways. Why does this place have a castle if it's never attacked? Castles are military fortifications. They are not meant to be palaces. Like, seriously, people did not live in castles. They lived around castles. The knights and lords had manors near the castle, but they did not live in the fucking castle. Till you stop abruptly in front of a pair of large wooden doors. He nods at you as if to say he has accomplished you as far as he can, and everything else is up to you. You smile easily at Jasper as you fearlessly take hold of the door handles. It's going to take more than a simple feast with strangers, even dangerous ones, to make you feel nervous. Wait, is that what I think it is? The Great Hall is a decadent example of massive artistry. High ceilings are seemingly held up by delicate marble arches that are more sculpture than structure. Oh, this bad. I have a feeling we could die in this game. If that shit's really only held up by delicate shit, we're gonna die. St. Peter up there is going to kill us. A great table of shining wood, golden wood sits at the center of the room, like a bride ready to be admired as she moves down the aisle. Its settings are elaborate, all gold leaf plates and crystal goblets. Tapestries and paintings from decades of master artisans line the walls, save for the east wall, which was less of a wall and more of a window panels, looking out into the green gardens. The large windows are open, sending fresh breeze and sweet smell of flowers in the mix with the spice of the cooking food. Fuck, I'm getting hungry. Wafting temptingly in through nearby kitchens. The soft sound of music dances playfully through the large room, but you can spy no music. They have stereos! Even though you arrived precisely on time, the room is already filled with the din of conversation. But you won't have time to talk to everyone before the feast begins, but you're still able to get to know some of the people you will be spending the next 7 weeks with. I'm getting sick, I think. One of them could be your future marriage partner. They keep saying marriage partner, not husband, so it's probably like the Hanako games where they allow you to basically romance whoever the fuck you want. Good on ya. A lover, an enemy, only time will tell. Why not all three? Save for the 4 chaperones, it seems as if everyone is still clumped loosely in groups based on nationality. Everyone seems suitably distracted. This should be an excellent time to observe the lay of the land. I don't care about the Welland delegation. I don't know about these nations. What do they do? What do they want? Our land. That sounds Viking-ish. Oh, he is a fucking dandy. Among the other kingdoms, our land is famous for 2 things. First, for being the most tradition-bound and rigid country. Second, for marrying off their daughters. Oh, they suck then. Our land princesses have constantly married into every other royal house. They're England! Or Denmark. Even before the start of the 7-year summit all those years ago. This year, there's no princess to marry off with the delegation. Instead, there are a handful of fresh-faced minor nobles, each one more forgettable than the last. One of them is Earl Emmett. Fuck him. I'm not going to like this guy. Observing the room with large, friendly smile on his face, the Earl leans against the wall. He has friendly features, a stocky build, and is of medium height. His hair is a less unruly mop of golden curls, and his complexion more ruddy than anything else. He has paid no attention to his appearance whatsoever. His clothes are so casual and wrinkled, he looks completely out of place amongst his fancily dressed contemporaries. I admit, he's kind of a dick looking, but he's kind of a guy after my own heart. He seems every bit the friendly, unambitious, good sort he is rumored to be. Oh, he is a fucking ambitious monster, I can already tell. Scald, that's also... Oh, baby! Hello! Scald's my thing. Of all the delegates, the one from Scald definitely stood out the most. Okay, so there is only 7 of us, right? All together? Who else would think No. The one from the Arvland said the all of them, so there must be 7 from each. Who else would think battle-worn armor was appropriate for a formal banquet? I love this woman. You are mine! But that's not exactly surprising. Skald was unlike the other kingdoms, as night from day. A warlike matriarchy, where the women were the queens and warriors and the men stayed home to raise the children, mend the crops, and pay worship to their strange gods. Skald wasn't exactly known for their manners. This is your first chance to observe someone from Skald up close. Although they already are strange and stand out, one manner of their group stands out much more. A foreboding tattooed X onto the side of her face marks her as a daughter of the Queen of Skald. Hug. Princess Anali, who rumor marks as a better fighter than seen in generations, stands ignoring her party to stare rudely at everyone else. Especially, you notice, the pretty girls. Oh, she has a hate on for them. She was small but muscular, with short, dark hair cropped to her chin. Almost unnaturally bright blue eyes and pale skin common amongst those who live in the frozen north of Skald. Instead of silken finery, she wore ceremonial armor of metal, leather, and fur that's clearly seen use. I don't know, the boot plate probably get her killed. And, that's a pretty big opening for a stab. Noticing your perusal, Analia grins at you. You feel like a rabbit being spotted by a hungry wolf. No! Stare her in the eyes! Damn you! The Island of Pirates. That's what most people call the Kingdom of Hiss behind their backs, and occasionally the very brave to their face. Oh, she's pretty hot. Damn! These things are huge. Occasionally, the very brave to her face. The small island nation houses a seemingly endless number of ships and brave and ethically questionable people to sail them. I could have been from them. Even more strangely, they have declared themselves all equals in the eye of the sea. Although they do have a leader, they claim he was appointed because of his skill and nothing else. They are strange people. We have heard nothing but rumors of their habits and piracy. Looking at them now, dressed in bright colors and in some cases, very little clothing, talking too loudly, and laughing even more, you have a hard time picturing them as scoundrels of the sea. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, on the last 2, we saw some blacked out silhouettes. I'm thinking that the choices of my background and my history affected who I can romance or deal with. Because if each nation has multiple delegates, like we see here, we see 2. So it's clearly our backgrounds and the choices I make have already affected the game on who I could deal with. I'm just happy that the Skald Princess seems to be interested. Woo! Though you're pretty good too. If the sea's really so important as it appears to be, if I'm going to start a world war, I want the nation of the pirates on my side. I am a scheming bastard. At the center of their small group stand 2 people who draw your notice in particular. The son of the leader of Hiss, whom Jasper has told you has granted the courtesy title of prince by the other nations, for the sake of clarity if nothing else, and Princess Cordelia, a true princess, progeny of a match made several summits ago. Who would you like to examine closer? The fucking princess. Seriously, look at that. A pretty girl with light brown hair and big brown eyes stands out from the rest of the Hiss delegation. In large part, you have to admit, because she's the only one fully dressed. She wears an elegant formal gown and stands silent, her polite smile growing strained as her cousin grows more animated in whatever story he's telling. You are surprised to see someone so demure and well-mannered among the pirates, but it's clear she doesn't exactly fit in. She probably hopes to marry and enter a different court. I'm done. Let's learn about our own nation. Oh, you're adorable. We're gonna have fucking problems. I can already tell what kind of voice I'm gonna give you. Yes. Your fellow Willen delegates are grouped loosely together and are being stereotypically well-behaved and boring. Save for a few loaded glances sent towards the Skuld delegates. Ooh, can I start a world war by marrying her? Can I get the armies of Skuld and the pirate fleets to join me in taking over Willen? Ooh! Fucking Sun Queen Sora. It won't cause so much problems when I start the romance Skuld. You know things are tense between the two countries, but you don't know why. You rather admire the female warriors of Skuld. Maybe you should have been born across the border instead. You've met most of your fellows, although you only recognize the prince and princess by sight. Oh, it's a princess. You minimize your time at court, and they at least were too busy and important to bother chasing out one errant countess. His name is Leslie. Are we the French? Is Willen French? Am I French? I'm French, aren't I? Fuck. Aw, just want to hug her. Princess Penelope stands with natural grace, showing off her elegant silk gown. She manages to move easily, despite the long train that looks awfully inconvenient to you. Like her brother, she is more handsome than pretty, but her face is sweet and her expression kind. She has long, straight, light brown hair, braided decoratively, and she wears a simple coronet. While you're observing her, she starts to comfort a visibly nervous young lady. Princess Penelope is famous for her kind heart and good nature. Like her brother, she sounds a bit boring and traditional. Oh well, you take a kind princess over the other kinds. Corval. Hey, it's the Middle Easterns! Corval, the land of spices, trading, and the most of all, secrets. Faceless man? Can I hire a faceless man? Just making this whole world into an amalgamation of Game of Thrones, Elder Scrolls, and what have you. No one is sure what goes on their infamous Corval court, but everyone agrees whatever it is must be interesting. Nah, it's actually just orgies. Whispers have reached you of a fabulous party. Yeah, orgies! Strange affairs and the all-powerful emperor, but you heard nothing substantial. Corval trades with all the kingdoms, but their secrets, their truths, those that keep firmly to themselves. All that you know for sure is that Corval is the richest kingdom and very powerful. The delegates from Corval shine under the candlelight, so covered with jewels and fancy silks are they. Oh man. Prince Zered spots you looking and winks at you. That does not go unnoticed by Lord Blaine, who sends a nasty glare your way. Who's who? Okay, that's Prince, that's Lord. Fuck both of them. Who are the chaperones? You are on drugs? You are evil? You are potentially evil or just fucking awesome? One of the two. And you... I'm not sure. Since the death of Princess Katia, 4 chaperones from rotating kingdoms attend the summit with the young people. Theoretically, they are here to limit the troubles and scandalous behavior that unsupervised young people get up to. No orgies? How will I praise Slanesh? Okay, that right there, she is intensely showing off, and I can't get over, she is on drugs. Especially ones who have been monitored as closely all their lives as most of the delegates. In actuality, well, you aren't positive, but you've definitely heard whispers that they maneuver behind the scenes for their own ends, or their kingdoms. They aren't people you should get on the bad side of, that you know for certain. the Dowager Countess of Huit, Arland. Sitting in a strange contraption that looks like a wire-made chair with large wheels, her legs positioned with unnatural stillness, the Dowager Countess says little to her companions. Instead, her attention is focused outwards, where she squints at all the new arrivals, like you. Her body is thin and frail, and age hasn't withered her hair. Oh, age has whitened her hair. Bright eyes peer over spectacles, taking in the room. Still, despite her appearance, she has been chosen as a chaperone, which means without a doubt, there's more to her than meets the eye. Whatever rumors you have heard of the people of Arland, they never mention the Dowager Countess. You wish they had, rather than have no idea what she is like as now. General Phelon. The general stands upright, all steel and iron, his expression stern. Ow, I shouldn't talk like that. That fucking hurts. We'll finish him and then we'll cut the video. He wears his hair, still dark despite age, pulled back in a short ponytail. I can kind of see it. Even though this is a formal event, he wears his scale. That is not scale armor. I'm not sure what the fuck that is. While he argues with the Grand Duke, his hand clenches as if it were searching for the grip of the sword that is not allowed to bring on the Isle. Despite being one of the smallest kingdoms, more famous for its scholars than anything else, your kingdom and the others know better than to underestimate GL. People like the general, with his famous tactical abilities and uncompromising reputation, are a large part of that reason. It'd be best if you don't underestimate the man or the kingdom he represents. Okay, I'm cutting the video here. See you next time.